everyone. Hey. It is your girl, Precious Williams, proud founder and CEO of the Perfect Pitch Group. And I am known as the Killer Pitch Master. And so welcome back to another exciting edition of the Keeping It Real with the Killer Pitch Master show. And I tell you, I am so excited, y'all, right now. I'm so excited. I got on my pink jumpsuit. Just wanted to come in today. Been thinking a lot about the things that are happening in the world, happening all around. And I hope that this episode really showcases and shares with you that even as things are happening in the world, the good, the bad, and the ugly, the economy, and all these sort of things, it does not mean that opportunities aren't happening. It doesn't mean that you can't cut through the clutter and the noise of the world. So I'm going on vacation. I know, right? When you have heard me going on vacation, it just does not happen. But in preparation for going on vacation, I just have to say that there have been things that have happened this year that I never thought would. And I could get up here and tell you the amazing clients, speaking engagements, and all of that. We could talk about that, but that's not really what I want to say. I want to talk about the change and the growth within me as a person. For a long time, I was defined by business success. And if I didn't have anything going on, that made me feel like I wasn't anybody. But in this my 45th year on this earth, I want to share with you why I'm so excited about things that are happening. And so I'll start with this, and then we're going to talk about today's episode, the big difference in speakers. Pushing P. Yeah, I'm pushing P. I'm pushing P on the daily. Y'all already know. I be pushing that. I be pushing that P. I be pushing that pitching. But now it's time to really light them up with packaging and positioning too. And as you all know, I wrote my 5th #1 best-selling book that came out last year called Rainmaking 101 from day one, packaging, positioning, and pitching. And it's funny, this year, I told you I had a boudoir photo shoot. I was up for 5 awards this year, won 4, and was a finalist in the 5th. And so there are a lot of amazing things that have happened. And so have you ever looked back over your life and been like, I understand so many things now? So as great as I've been with pitching, 13-time national elevator pitch champion, 5-time #1 best-selling book, and 4 of my books are on pitching. You would think that, as long as I stay in the pitching realm, that's all I want. It was like, no, there's more to me than that. There's my sales training, sales pitching, sales scripting, but there's also business development. There's also client acquisitions. And in the era and the age of AI, when AI is supposed to be able to do all of these amazing things, my question to y'all is, if AI can do all of these things, then none of us are really needed, right? Is that what we're telling everybody? AI can do everything for you. You don't need anybody to help you. You plug it in and it's just done. My thing is, I think AI is a great tool, but AI is not going to meet you when you meet Precious in person. So some of y'all still got to meet people. Some people still like to look you in the eye when they're doing business with you. Some people will go online, and that's an easier thing to use AI for. But because I speaking, like if an AI bot can sound like Precious, great. I don't think so yet. But in the meantime, let me take advantage that the AI can't be Precious. You're going to meet me in person. And for me, speaking has been my #1 lead generation thing, right? It has. If I'm on that stage or if I'm in these intimate, private events, it has been a game changer for me. So I got to push the P. I got to push pitching. But I also want to share with you all the big difference in speaking. So if you think AI is going to do your speaking for you, in some realms, maybe the online realm, maybe. But in person, it's not. So what's the big difference? You have to make your words count, but you also have to make your presence count. That's why packaging and positioning is so important. So to show you all this picture from my boudoir photo shoot. Now, as you can tell, there's nothing out. You're not seeing anything. There's nothing crazy. But why am I showing you this? And why did I show up in this pink outfit? Because I've worn this outfit twice in the last, 2 years, just twice. Like once last year, once this year, right? I've worn this outfit once a year. And this is one of the outfits I love to wear on stage, but I only wear it once because it's one of those memorable outfits, right? What does this have to do with the big difference in speaking? So as you can tell, I'm not wearing a blue suit or a black suit for when I was an attorney. I wear things that make me pop because that's part of my brand. And as a speaker, I want you all to become rainmaking in your speaking. Nah, Precious, they're not hiring speakers. They're not doing this. What they're not, or they only hire the Tony Robbins and the Les Browns and the Dr. Della Toro and the Mel Robbins. Then what are these other speakers doing? As a speaker, do you all think I speak for free? All the time. Really? You think I speak for free or for $2.30? I don't. But I also understand that there's more to speaking than just having a great message. So why am I sharing with you this? Push and P. When I started to truly love myself and love on myself in my 45th year, love on myself more in a way that I never have, it's been amazing watching the clients that come. It's great watching the relationships that are coming, and I'm a much better woman, friend, all those sort of things. Let me see. I see we have someone. Hold on, just make sure. LinkedIn user, happy Sunday, Miss P. I have no idea who you are, but let me know. I'm happy that you're here. You know what I mean? So anyway, wait, I did that wrong. You know how your girl be. You know how your girl be. So anyway, my thing with all of you is a big difference in becoming a speaker or becoming a great person who can pitch is that there's more to it than words. There's more to it than a social media post. What else is required? And I'm happy because, just was it last Friday? Last Friday? Yeah, no, it was the Essence Fest and I launched Pitch Bold Profit Gold. But what I'm really excited about is 2 Saturdays from now, I'll be doing the Rainmaking Speaking and Branding Accelerator Live. So as a speaker who has 29 years of experience, it's really interesting. I've been doing this almost 30 years and I'm 45. That means I've been doing this since I was 16. And watching how the world has changed around speaking and watching how people look at speakers that they think that are always hired and no one's looking at them. But they don't understand how you can break it down. And yes, people have gone to coaches and consultants, and it's still not working in a time like this. So let me just say, in harsh economic times, which we're experiencing right now, getting a hold of conference organizers and event planners is even more difficult. Applying for speaking engagements and praying that you get through all the way to the end is getting harder and is more competitive. But if you're able to package, position, and pitch yourself right, you really are the only choice that matters. So a lot of times people ask me, how am I getting hired by like real estate companies? How am I getting into private clubs and they're hiring me to train the presidents of these private clubs, especially when I don't look like anybody? And it comes down to packaging and positioning. With packaging, how do I show up? Am I trying to show up in a suit, which people would expect? But can I show up in a still professionally, but still very much giving something that they've never had before? So remember when I did this presentation, pitching presentation to a private club near Gramercy. And I came in like this African wax print dress. And it was very, very beautiful, very regal, yet it still read business and it read bold business, right? And, the presidents were looking at me like, wow, that's a really nice outfit that you have on. Wow, da da da. But it was never one of those like, I don't know why she's wearing it. So after I sat and listened to their part of the meeting, and then I gave my presentation, we all went to have this pre-dinner event, just having lobster rolls, just laughing, joking, kikiing. And then they said, we'd love for you to come to our dinner. I thought I had already eaten. So I'm sitting there at the dinner, and I remember that the first course they had something in the first course that I couldn't eat. And so I asked to speak to the server. Server brought out the chef, like the restaurant chef. And she came out and I said, I can't eat that. Is there something else that we can do? She said, what would you like? And so I think I had like a shrimp, crab, something, but it was very different because I don't eat salmon. There was something in it that had salmon and I don't eat salmon. She was like, well, we can make you whatever you want. And I'm thinking, okay. So when my first cake came out, we were like, I wish you had what you had. And I thought back to myself, if I was old Precious, I would have just tried to eat something to think that I'm impressing them. But no, because of the way I was dressed, the way I conducted myself, the way I carried myself, I wasn't afraid to advocate, and no one was going to stop that because I did it professionally. I looked professional, and I'm in a room with these, dynamic people, and I am one of them. So I will be treated accordingly. Now, imagine if I showed up in something that was inappropriate. Imagine if I didn't have a confidence. Imagine if people talked to me any kind of way and I just allowed it. So that's packaging. Then positioning. My dress was serving dual purposes. Am I someone worthy of being paid? And when people think about me, am I nice to have or am I necessary? Am I going to regurgitate what all these other people saying, or am I going to have a fresh perspective worthy of paying? And then in terms of pitching, even when I was up there doing my presentation, please believe that in the midst of doing that, there was something else I was also doing to make them want to hire me again. So you might be thinking, oh, everybody knows that. No, everybody doesn't. No, everybody doesn't. Not everybody knows how to dress for the audience they're going to be in front of while still maintaining their branding, right? So if you hire someone who comes in like this, like I have people who literally look to see what I'm wearing. So this is a jumpsuit. It's a jumpsuit. And it's a beautiful jumpsuit that first time I wore it, I was in Chicago. Second time I wore this, and then this is Condé. Actually, I've worn it 3 times in 3 different years. Okay, you're right. So first time I wore this, I was in Chicago, right? I was at this huge, I was doing a huge keynote in Chicago. Second time I wore this, Condé Nast. Oh no, I didn't wear the Condé Nast. I had to switch to another outfit because both of them were too big. That's why, okay, y'all, get me right. So I took this outfit and another outfit to Condé Nast. I didn't realize I had lost weight. So as I put this on, it was too baggy. I didn't know I lost weight. So then I put on another pink outfit. I lost weight. So I went with that one. So yeah, this has only been worn 2 times in 3 years, right? So I didn't wear this at Condé Nast because it was just too baggy. So then I wore it this year for NABO. I wore it for something, right? But here's the thing. People love to see what I wear, how my hair is going to be. Not because it's just fascinating, but because they love to anticipate what I'm going to look like to match whatever the theme is, or to make it very clear that whatever speakers you've had before, please don't expect the same out of me. So how does that help you all? You got to push the P. You got to push P. And as much as I'm talking about it now, just understand that we go deep into this at the Rainmaker Speaking and Branding Accelerator. That's going to be live in Newark, New Jersey. And it's important for you all to understand that, there are some speaker trainers that focus on your messaging and stuff like that. I think you all know what you want to say and but if it's not landing to get the conference organizers and event planners to look at you, to take you seriously, or if they have their heart set on some celebrity and you haven't become the celebrity of your own industry, then this is why you need to come out. And so we're taking 10 spots. 3 have already been taken. So if you want to join and be a part of one of the other 7, I encourage you to come because it's not going to be what you think it is, right? So you get to work with me one-on-one and in group, and it's small enough where we can get that group and an individual. I want you all to truly learn the things. Like it's a down economy. Can we just be honest? I feel blessed that I'm still speaking and training. I still feel blessed that my clients are still winning pitch competitions. I still feel blessed that they're still speaking and training all over the world. I feel blessed that I'm being flued out like Instagram thotty to train and teach. And I also appreciate that my books still sell to companies, corporations, foundations, nonprofits, and private associations 4 or 5 years after they were written. So I have 5 #1 best-selling books. So how does one even know how to put all of this together if you haven't been trained by these other speakers? If you notice, I don't speak like anyone else. I've been speaking since I was 16, which means that I preceded a lot of these other speakers. So I was learning on the job how to do it in front of politicians when I started. And I do have an accent. I do have a bigger body, but I've also been media trained. I've also been in movies and documentaries. So being able to defy all of those things. Let me see what someone is saying. And so in the meantime, y'all, if you are in the New York, New Jersey, Connecticut area, on July 26th, I am the keynote for Andrew Frazier's Small Business Pro Power Conference. And that is on July 26th from, I believe it's 8 to 4 on that Friday. So I keynote in the morning. So you know I'm going to give you that. And then on that Saturday is having me live for 6 hours with 10 speakers by themselves. So I'm going to put, so if you are interested in Andrew Frazier's Small Business Pro Power Conference, look, your next investor may be in that room, your client or customer, because it's a conference. So, you know, at his conferences, I won a grant from the Fearless Fund. I got off the stage 2 years ago and won a Fearless Fund grant. I've been booked by Ernst & Young, and there are a couple of other companies that became my clients from being there and from talking. I mean, books have been sold. Like, so if you want to go to a conference where, you know, people have actually gained clients, investors and stuff like that, this is the conference to go to. And it's in New Jersey. I went to law school at Rutgers, Newark. So very familiar with Newark, New Jersey. And so we encourage you to come out. And then for speakers, whether you come to that conference or not, just know that our Rainmaker Speaking and Branding Accelerator, it's about making it rain like snow on your speaking career. I want to take your speaking and your pitching from trash to straight cash. I want you all to know it can be done. Even in this economy, I don't fly out and travel as much if I was not getting paid to really deliver in a way that I uniquely do it, or the way you uniquely do it. But you just need to have the right eyes on you. So let me see what people are saying. So as you can see, scroll across the screen, if you want the link to the Small Business Pro Power Conference on July 26th, it's scrolling across the screen. And if you do need that link, just drop it and I will drop it to you. If you want to get more information on the Rainmaker Speaking and Branding Accelerator live with me, 6 hours, we gonna go ham and cheese together. And you're being taught by me, no one else, me. So best believe I'm coming through. I'm coming in like a wrecking ball. You ready? Let's see. LinkedIn user, we just connected here on LinkedIn. I'm the gal who stated I saw your SCORE workshop. Okay. Sitting here listening to you makes me know that I need your services. God is reminding me that he is pushing me out of my comfort zone. Working with you will push me completely out. Thank you so much. I really appreciate that. It's really important that this is what I mean, y'all. To get testimonials and get people who want to come to hear you speak or want to work with you. This is not happenstance. That's why you have to have, what's the big difference? Push and P, packaging, positioning, and pitching on the daily. It's important. As human as I am, I know I have a talent most people don't have, and that's why they're scared to speak, or they think they have to sound like someone else to make it. Y'all, I sound like I'm from St. Louis, St. Louis, Atlanta, North Carolina, Iowa, DC, New Jersey, New York, California. Like I've lived in a lot of different places. And all of the things people told me are the ways to make it. I chose not to go down those roads because I didn't see that way for me. And so I wanted to create something that I knew would work, but I had to go through it myself. And then to have the type of clients that I have, not during Black History Month or Women's History Month, but all year round, I think that you would want to learn from someone who still speaks, who still trains, who's still in the trenches, who still understands what you may be struggling with to really give you that maximum visibility, right? And so whether you want to work one-on-one with me, whether you want to catch some of my courses and programs, that's cool. You can always go to my website, www.perfectpitchgroup.com. But because my schedule is the way it is, having the opportunity to work with me one-on-one or in a small group live, come on now, you already know what it is. So if you're able to, come on out. And I do think that it's helpful to go to Andrew Frazier's Small Business Pro Power Conference, because my keynote really touches on things that all entrepreneurs are dealing with. Being a rainmaker is not just about getting clients and customers. It's also being able to talk to those who, if you're in a company above you, to get those lucrative opportunities, to stand out top of mind, or to have someone who's going to say your name loudly and proudly for the things that no one else has access to. And so pitching is great, but I want you to be able to speak up and advocate for yourself in a way you never have before. I want you to show up differently, because it challenges whatever they think of you already. So my biggest thing for you all today, when it comes to the big difference, you're probably like, what's the big difference between her and him? Maybe it has something to do with things you've never thought about. You may have a better speaking style. You may be better able to connect. But if nobody knows you, what difference does it make? So I was willing to be my brand day in and day out. I was willing to stand out in the type of clothes that I wore that were professional, tailored, and beautiful, and yet establish that I am professional grade. I do like to look a certain way. I do like my hair, whether it's, in these beautiful wigs, or for me to just, wear it natural with a big star in the back of my head. Why would you ever do that? Because standing out is important to me. And my speakers are not the type of speakers that don't stand out. The people that I work with in pitching, whether they're introverts or extroverts, there's something about them that you're going to immediately seize upon. They've been trained well, but I'm not making them me. I'm making them the best version of them. And sometimes it takes someone who has experience to show you things about yourself you've been ashamed of, that are going to be the things that open the door for you to be seen by the greats and to be considered among the greats. So my big thing for you all is, if you take nothing else from this exciting episode of the Keeping It Real with the Killer Pitchmaster show, is you can keep it real. You can show up differently and watch the different types of opportunities that come your way. I didn't know when I was an attorney years ago. I didn't know when I was in law school. I didn't know when I was a student at Spelman. I didn't know when I graduated at 22 that twice my life, I'd be where I am, proudly speaking and training, proudly flying out and traveling the world based on a talent that I still invest in, that I still am working on perfecting my craft, so that I always show up and show out and show speakers and entrepreneurs how to become the only choice that matters. So if that's you, check us out. And again, I'm showing you this because at 45, to be able to love yourself, to do things that are unexpected, to test the market. Business is not guaranteed, just like speaking isn't guaranteed. So wouldn't it be nice to show up and grow into being you? It took me 40 years to finally open my mouth for myself. And the last 5 years have been about asserting and reminding myself and others that who I was years ago is not who I am today. I will say yes or no, and I'm okay with walking away. Because no grass grows under my feet, today's price won't be tomorrow's. And best believe you're going to keep watching, because you're going to think, oh, she's going to fall off. I'm not. That's why having a great network. How do you pick your network? How do you pick the people that are going to really value you and know where you belong in spaces that you didn't even know existed? One of the other good things about rainmaking with me is sometimes I'll show you that there are industries that need you more than the industries you think, right? I didn't know real estate would want me. I didn't know that top tech companies, I didn't know I would be training their sales teams. It's just something that came to me. I didn't know I'd write 5 #1 best-selling books. I didn't know I'd have billboards in Times Square. I didn't know that I'd be in Milan, Italy filming. I didn't know when I was a little girl, in the hood of St. Louis, that I'd be living in New York City. I prayed, I hoped, but here I am. So let me see. Eureka! Enrique, you make sure you enjoy that vacation. Blessings, Queen. Thank you so much, Enrique. Thank you so much, King Gonzalez. Thank you so much. So anyway, I'm not going to keep you long today. You all know I love you from the bottom of my heart to the depths of my soul. As y'all know, that's the best queen ever, Precious Dolores Williams, my grandmother, who I'm named after. This is me, you know. I won the Career Master Award a couple of years ago. And so I've always loved I remember when I got this in the mail, I thought it was so pretty, and I have the award over there. And sometimes you just got to remind people, like, you are becoming, and in your process of becoming, no one's asking you to be perfect, but they are asking you to show up and show out as a speaker. And so if you need some tips, tricks, and stuff to really go into overdrive, and you want to be heads and tails and consider the only choice that matters, come check us out. So thank you all for coming back to another exciting edition of the Keeping It Real with the Killer Pitchmaster Show. Today's episode was on the big difference in speakers. Pushing P. We pushing packaging, positioning, and pitching. If you want the link for the Small Business Pro Power Conference that's happening on July 26th live in New Jersey, where I'm keynoting, let me know in the comments. If you want to be one of the 10 speakers that's going to be with me live for the Rainmaker Speaking and Branding Accelerator live in Newark, New Jersey on July 27th. Yeah, we going in. Don't let you get in your zone. It's our summer, so let's kill it so that we kill out the rest of this year. I want you to slay all competition. More importantly, I want you to realize you're your greatest competition. So if you're talking negative about yourself, if you're saying that there's no way speakers are being hired, I'm here to tell you it's a lie. Some speakers aren't. And maybe we need to rethink how our messaging is going out there. So come work with the Killer Pitchmaster. Come work with the Ultimate Rainmaker, who's had a career as an attorney and as a speaker, as a best-selling author, as a top Fortune 100 corporate sales trainer, who still does all of them today. That's why I'm a world-class master communicator, still Black on both sides, no Brazilian butt lift, no six-pack abs. And I am in love for what I do because I do it truly because I love it, right? And so let me see this last comment. We love you so much more. Vacation loaded. You already know I'm about to go down. So yeah, it's great to have a vacation. I haven't had one in years. And if I'm really being honest, I think a lot of CEOs probably would say, oh, I'm going to go on vacation. And all of a sudden you think of all the reasons why you can't, all the things that are pressing, all these sort of things. And thank God I have a team. And whatever happens, I truly believe that they can handle it. I do need to rest and recharge. I remember Ty Goodwin years ago. She was my coach, my business advisor. And she said, you need at least 2 vacations a year, one in the middle and one at the end. Because those are the times when things get a little quiet. There's been no quiet time this year. So I definitely want to take advantage of having a break to breathe, to spend time with some loved ones, and to enjoy the heat, pool, ocean, whatever. And just thank God that I live long enough to see that it does get greater later. Thank you to Bevy Smith for your TED Talk on that. And coming back from Essence Fest and launching something that deep down I was afraid, because is there ever a right time? No. But as entrepreneurs, as CEOs, we still gotta, we do it. We show up and show out regardless. So love to see you all. Love you all very much. It's your girl, Precious Williams. I am the proud host of the Keeping It Real with the Killer Pitchmaster Show. Have a great week coming up. Let's go get this work. Take care, everybody. Mwah. Bye.